Welcome to a wealth of useless knowledge, where we dive into some fun and entertaining topics. You're sure to learn something new here, and maybe even have a laugh or two. Now let's get into today's video.
Do any of you guys remember this commercial?
Hi, I'm Tim Goey, and this is Fushigi. We're gonna show you how to unlock the secrets of Fushigi, the magic gravity ball.
What was a Fushigi ball? What did it do? Was it a scam? Does it float? Is it magic?
It's here, it's wild, it's sweeping the nation.
I bought something and it came in the mail.
No strings, no tricks. Magic? Maybe.
I bought one of these stupid things for this video.
An illusion? You decide. You can make Fushigi defy gravity and appear to float in midair.
Okay.
Clear, refined surface. There's no tell marks.
Okay.
To be able to see how the sphere is moving
Yeah.
while we manipulate it.
Yeah.
Ah! Ow! Ow!
Well, this is great.
It's deadly. It's painful and horrible, and it's not what you think.
Look at that. Look at that Fushigi ball.
Oh, this ain't gonna do shit. This is a ball. Okay.
As you can tell, it's not magic.
Is it floating? Am I doing a good job? Wow.
Yeah, no, my daughter definitely got a Fushigi ball, dropped it a billion times, said, this sucks.
You can take all the manipulations that we've learned and put them together
I'm dead.
into
I'm
your
dead.
own sort of...
Hang on, I get it.
You can make Fushigi defy gravity and appear to float in midair.
It looks like I'm doing something.
It's just a crystal ball. They got people who were supremely skilled, and they told a bunch of kids that when you get it, you're gonna be awesome like this, and it'll float all around.
As a kid, I fell victim to every commercial, every toy just like this, and my parents finally cracked and got me this.
If they tell you, they're like, you'll master it in minutes, and no, it's an actual skill.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
But you can only imagine my 10-year-old heartbreak when I opened up the box and it didn't just up and fly out and float. What?
Did anybody else get scammed by Fushigi when they was young boys?
This is Fushigi.
It's literally just a ball.
Me too. Me too.
Ah, the ever so iconic Fushigi ball. This seemingly magical sphere has captivated jugglers while perplexing audiences all over the world. From the cool 2010s ads of people using it in the park, down to people rushing out to buy it and being excited to see if it would actually float. It was a toy that was part juggling and part physics, part magic trick and part science. It looked cool, it looked fun, and it seemed like a great new hobby to learn to improve your hand-eye coordination while simultaneously flexing on all your friends. This crystal clear floating ball was a fad that swept the nation back in the day, and in modern times, it's still a toy you can find sold by a variety of retailers both in stores and online. But was it really a practical choice for the average consumer? Where did the idea originate, and does it really work the way the commercial said? Well, stay tuned as we take a dive into the fascinating evolution of this gravity-defying toy. The Fushigi Magic Gravity Ball is an acrylic contact manipulation ball that features a clear design and a steel core. The unique new toy was marketed by Zoom TV as a, quote, gravity-defying ball that had special properties that made it appear to float. But before we can understand how the Fushigi ball overtook the nation, we must first examine the art form from which it came. If you've seen my 2000s commercials video, I talked briefly about the Fushigi and how it found its origins in a skill known as contact juggling. If you haven't seen that video yet, I'll have it linked for you down in the description box so you can head over and check it out right after this one. Contact juggling is the act of rolling a ball across different parts of the body in a smooth and seemingly effortless motion to create the illusion that the ball is floating on its own. It was inspired by regular juggling, but had one major difference in that the ball was never tossed or thrown in the air, but rather rolled around and never lost contact with the body, hence the name. This style of juggling is a widely known art form done by everyone from professional jugglers to circus performers and even street performers in major cities all over the world. Some of the earliest known instances of maneuvers similar to this being used to captivate audiences have been in live performances with jugglers like Paul Cinquevalli, who was a German vaudeville performer, down to American jugglers like Tony Duncan, and perhaps most notably the professional juggler Michael Motion, who amped up the difficulty with new movements and adding multiple glass spheres into his routine. Although similar maneuvers have been done in the past, Motion is the one largely credited for bringing this style of juggling that would later become known as contact juggling to light in the mainstream, with the live performance, ironically enough, called Light, back in the 1980s. In addition, he developed several innovative techniques using juggling to express both rhythm and motion all in one, to create a feast for the eyes and ears that can only be experienced by seeing it and hearing it for yourself. He's even done an extensive TED Talk on the subject that also features him juggling a wide variety of objects in a unique range of styles, and it's pretty interesting. So I'll have that full video linked for you down in the description box as well if you're interested in watching it. In addition to his work as a pro juggler, he also made his way onto the big screen in the 1986 film Labyrinth. Not as an actor in a spoken role, but rather one behind the scenes, as he was credited as being the crystal ball manipulator in the film. In the movie, David Bowie's character, Jareth, performs a series of stunning visual tricks in several scenes. However, these tricks were actually performed by Motion, who stood behind Bowie during filming, reaching around and performing all the tricks blind.
I've known Michael Motion's work for several years, and he does this incredible act, and what he does is as close to real magic as anything that I really know. We had this design for what Jareth was, and we wanted him to have certain kind of magical powers and something to express these magic powers, and so then we thought of the idea of using Michael to do that.
I've brought you a gift.
What is it?
It's a crystal, nothing more.
Got it? For the occasions, we wanted to use Michael's right arm to be David's arm. We set it up with a stand-in for David, so he could rehearse and rehearse and rehearse and try to get this move. We had to have Michael down behind David, and he had to be leaning down so that he wouldn't be in the camera shot. He's now working totally blind.
372, take 6.
When we shot that scene with David, he was incredibly patient.
Action.
Wait! I have a better plan.
Keep going. Ready? And action.
Wait! I've got a much better plan.
I don't know how many takes we did, but it was lots and lots.
Wait! I have a much better plan. I had fun. It was very amusing. I don't think Michael Motion, the juggler, had much fun. It was agonizing for him.
Excuse me.
Wait!
I've got a much better plan, Hoggle. Give her this.
What is it?
It's a present.
The techniques that Motion had contributed in the juggling community continued to be learned and performed for several years thereafter, but had largely remained within that community. That is, until the Fushigi came along.
Fushigi!
Although the consumer market was introduced to the Fushigi ball as a hot new toy back in 2010, the concept had long been an art form that was performed for centuries prior, and Fushigi was just a new brand created in order to take the art form from a more professional setting out to the general public so anyone could learn it. The name of the toy was derived from the Japanese word fushigi, meaning mystery or wonder, and this was definitely a name fitting for the product, as it had us all wondering how the darn thing worked. You've seen the ads. They aired on TV all the time, typically between cartoons, to ensure it was marketed to a demographic of children, almost guaranteeing that they were going to beg their parents for one. And why wouldn't they? The TV ads made using it look cool, effortless, and fun, and it implied that the toy required minimal to no skill to achieve all the cool moves you saw those people in the park doing. They even went so far as to say it could be mastered in minutes.
Stop the cap.
Thing is though, it wasn't as easy to learn as the commercials made it seem. And mastering it for most would take more like weeks, months, years even.
A long periodically time.
But boy did that marketing get us.
My issue is the marketing. This product was marketed towards kids under the impression that it would be easy to learn.
Young or old, big or small.
It's awesome. Fushigi.
And that there was something special about this ball to make it appear as if it would float, that it could be learned easily.
Anyone can Fushigi from the minute they pick up the magic gravity ball.
When in reality, all this company did was trick kids and their parents into buying a $30 paperweight. Except even a paperweight is more useful than this thing because it won't roll off the papers that you set it on top of. And if it hits your floor, it'll break it because it's got a little bit of density to it. Now, if you watch the commercials or even read the packaging, they make it seem like there's something special about this ball to make it appear as if it will float in midair. That's why when after you buy it, they have this little pamphlet that makes it very clear after the fact that it's just a regular ball. You are gifted with a DVD that would give you instructions on how to master your Fushigi.
This is Fushigi, and there's a few things that you should know about your Fushigi ball. First is that before you attempt any sort of the manipulations that you'll see us doing today, you should watch the DVD and learn, because the ball does not float on its own. Your Fushigi does not, in fact, float on its own.
Oh, it's a good thing we know that now.
Those who rushed out to purchase the ball would quickly learn that the secret sauce wasn't so much in the mystical ball itself, but rather in the movements of the person using it.
Look at the flick of their wrist. Look at the flick of their wrist.
It frustrated many while also inspiring others to take on a new hobby. And for those who stuck it out long enough, they would eventually hone the craft. The new toy achieved massive success, but it didn't come without critique. Fushigi was heavily criticized by those within the juggling community, as many pro jugglers were upset by the way the new toy was being marketed as easy to learn. As a result, they would soon begin taking to a variety of online forums to express their grievances. Many referred to the marketing of the toy as deceptive, and were irritated by what seemed to be an attempt to turn the art form into more of a fad for profit, while simultaneously downplaying the skills they've been working so diligently for years to perfect. While newbies all over came in optimistic of mastering the movements with relative ease, they would soon learn it wasn't as easy as it looked, which is something that those in the juggling community knew all too well. Cue the I told you so's.
Okay.
Oh my god. Y'all, this ain't gonna do shit. This is a ball. Okay?
If you were suckered into buying this $30 piece of crap, you were gifted with a DVD that would give you instructions on how to master your Fushigi.
And damn it, I'm going to figure this out.
Again, that's up, side, twist.
What? I'm exhausted. There's so many tricks.
Once the average consumer realized that balancing one of these wasn't as easy as the ads made it seem, and that there was actually a pretty high level of skill involved, the hype quickly began to die down, and the ball fizzled out as a mainstream fad. It became more of a novelty item geared for more targeted audiences, specifically for those within the juggling niche, or for those who have the time, patience, and dedication to learn the intricacies of the technique required to make it look like magic.
Basically, you're just doing a bunch of stuff with your fingers and your hands, so it looks like the ball is floating, when it's really not.
In reality, all this company did was trick kids and their parents into buying a $30 paperweight.
I don't get it. I need a slow breakdown explanation, please.
As a kid, I fell victim to every commercial. I wanted every toy just like this, and my parents finally cracked and got me this.
And that there was something special about this ball to make it appear as if it would float.
But you can only imagine my 10-year-old heartbreak when I opened up the box and it didn't just up and fly out and float. What?
Is it floating? Am I doing a good job? Wow.
No strings, no tricks. Magic? Maybe.
Is it giving mystery? Is it giving illusion?
The contact points with your hand.
Ow! Ow!
Well, this is great.
Bitch, yeah. Magical.
It's deadly. It's painful and horrible, and it's not what you think.
And that's our UFO, unidentified Fushigi object.
Nice. That look pretty good? That look good?
On isolation, where it stays still in space.
He has different kind of hands. I don't have hands like that.
What did it do? Was it a scam? Does it float? Is it magic?
Right. Crazy, right?
As you can tell, it's not magic.
Up, down, side to side.
Look at this.
It's a whole new
He's like
dynamic
moonwalking
element
all
to
over
your
the
Fushigi
ball.
manipulation. And those are string pulls, pointing at it, and catching it back.
It's okay, it's all right. Okay, check it.
If you got this, I think you're entitled to financial compensation now because we were all scammed.
Palm of your hand. It looks like this.
I'm over it. Okay.
You can do curls with your arm.
Okay, check it. This one usually gets them.
What you can learn to do with Fushigi is limitless.
It's literally just a ball.
Hang on, I get it.
Oh! I get it.
Ow! Ow! It's deadly. It's painful and horrible, and it's not what you think.
You can even learn to palm spin 3 balls.
Why he got 3 Fushigis?
Make a 4-ball pyramid.
Why he got 4 Fushigis?
And even do the chop.
You're annoying, bro. You are so annoying.
This is Fushigi.
Looks like the ball is floating, when it's really not.
What do you guys think?
That's the dumbest I've ever seen.
It's literally just a ball.
All the manipulations that we've learned and put them together.
I'm dead.
into
I'm
your
dead.
own sort
Did anybody else get scammed by Fushigi when they was young boys?
As a kid, I fell victim to every commercial. I wanted every toy just like this.
Me too. Me too.
Regardless of whether or not you were aiming to make juggling a lifelong career, or just wanted a fun new toy to fidget with in your free time, there's no doubt that the marketing genius of Fushigi made a huge impact. They took a time-old classic that has been evolved by several innovators in the world of juggling and brought it to the masses so that everyone could at the very least attempt it and possibly master it. But even if they failed miserably, it would in turn open up so many eyes to the level of skill that pro jugglers have and garner a more well-rounded view of what goes into it, thus bringing a newfound respect to those in that field. From mesmerizing stage performances down to mind-bending street performances, the Fushigi Ball to this day remains a captivating experience for crowds. That is, only if you're willing to take the time to develop the new skill set. But I really want to hear from you guys. Did you ever have a Fushigi Ball at some point? Or do you still have one? Have you mastered it? Or was it just a short-term fad for you that you lost interest in? Let me know. Also, if you are a juggler, I'd love to hear from you what your journey was like learning the art form. Let's get a discussion going down in the comments. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more, check out my nostalgia playlist, where I dive into tons of nostalgic topics that give you all the 90s and 2000s feels. Or check out my Origin of Things playlist, where we explore the origins of everything from the open floor plan down to the origin of pineapple on pizza. It's a fun time over there. I'll leave the links to both playlists for you down in the pinned comment and up in the iCards. If you found this video educational or entertaining, it would be
delightful. Really delightful.
If you would like, share, and hit that subscribe button for more content.
Don't worry, I'll wait.
As always, thanks so much for watching, and until next time, keep learning.